evening, everyone. Bill, I'm back in the shop. I've got my ukulele builds back online. After a bunch of months of taking time off for a bunch of fun things, I'm back working at my shop. And the next task on these things, they've been waiting for a fretboard. Okay, so I wanted to just explain this device. Basically, you can see it lines up with the fret slots. Now, I skipped over the task of selecting the fretboard material. It's all 100% repurposed woods. I got maple and I've got some exotic hardwoods there, and I think I've got a beech right here and a white ash up there. But anyway, they all will have different characteristics. They're all hardwoods with decent grain on them, just fine grain, except for maybe the ash, but it seemed to stand out pretty nicely. A template, and using the locator pins, I insert them into the holes that correspond on the back of the fretboard. And then I tape it in place so it doesn't fall apart. So, we're ready to install this in the fret guide. Okay, so we're going to do that next. Okay, so here we are at the slot cutting system, and I have an indexing pin, which maybe you can't see here, but it's a steel indexing pin embedded in the bottom. It is allowed to interlock with my strap, which is fastened to the back of the fretboard. I got a bit of play here, and that was purposeful to prove that I'm in the slot, so I always pull it forward. Do a quick clamp down with just some tapered blocks. I've got it all held up against the back wall for the purpose of guiding this saw, which is a special slot cutting saw that I paid $2 for and modified into a fret saw of the right thickness for the slots. And I go like this, and this is all it takes. Now remember, the fretboard is radiused, so I have to make sure that I cut along that radius. Now it scuffs up the fretboard a little bit, but just some quick sandpaper clears up that mess on the next step there. So, and then I move it down to the next one. Here it's snap in, pull it forward to the shoulder that has the precise measurement, block it in place, do a final check, get the saw in the blade, get the block held tight, nice smooth square motion. I'm listening for the saw to bottom out. And that sounds like that one's cut nicely, and that's all there is to it. Final piece to this story at this stage is that you'll notice I was using an indexing system in order to make sure that I'm 100% precise on the slots. Those little pins ended up also being set into the neck of the ukulele. Now, because I'm building multiple units, and there's 8 going over there, I want to be able to work with reasonable accuracy, the best I can get, but yet not spend all day trying to measure and mess around. So the indexing system allows me to get a perfect spot, 5 millimeters, in order to put my nut on, and I'll continue to rework these things till they fit the neck, and all the steps that take to turn that into a completed neck will follow. And that is the story in a nutshell.